Happy Easter, everybody. Welcome, everybody, here in person and on Zoom to Summit Unitarian Universalist Fellowship Easter Sunday gathering. We're grateful and happy that you've decided to join us. And it's going to be a little bit different service, and we're looking forward to that, too. Announcements? No? Oh, prelude music. Sorry, darling. I jumped the gun, as bunnies will do.
Good morning. Happy Easter. I'm going to play a piece by Franz Schubert that's actually a song, a serenade, and it's transcribed for piano.
Thank you, Karen. One of the reasons I come here is to hear you play. So I don't know how I forgot that you were supposed to go ahead. My apologies. Anyway, welcome again to Summit Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. Summit is a liberal religious community bound together by shared principles drawn from world religions, humanist teachings, nature and science, philosophy, and personal practices. We aspire to be a religion of love and inclusion. The mission of Summit is to commit ourselves to building a more compassionate, just, and sustainable world. If you need to or would like to hear more about or learn more about our fellowship, we invite you to go to our website. Announcements.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, we can do better than that. Happy Easter. I am the Reverend Casey Marie Pandell. It is my honor to be the minister here. I'm a 35-year-old woman, about 5'4", with purple hair. Woo. I think you all missed it as much as I did. A black and floral jumpsuit and a beautiful handmade purple stole. Thank you, Eleanor. I am the bearer of bad news. We have a dog policy now at Summit. I know this is very rich coming from your minister whose dogs are like almost always with her. They're not today. For the sake of safety and accessibility for all people, the board decided this week after some conversation that we are going to be implementing a dog policy in the sanctuary on Sundays. Committees, auction events, things like that, that is up to the individuals on those committees in those situations, whether or not they would like to have dogs in the space. For our Sunday services, unless it is specifically an animal blessing, the next one we will do in October, please keep your dogs at home. It is for safety and accessibility for all people. The only exception to that rule is, as any of us know, service dogs. I know a lot of you would be very disappointed if our congregant Graham was not here every week too, because we're all so used to seeing him, and he is a retired service dog. So, sorry, I hate to be the bearer of that news, but it is for safety and accessibility for everyone. Not everyone, some people are allergic to dogs, some people are afraid of them, and we want to make sure we are being as welcoming as possible, and that is one of the ways that we do that. My dogs will stay in my office if they're ever on site, so just wanted to put that out there for all of you. I'm sorry, but thank you for being understanding.
It's also about liability and our budget. Oh, Mary's got one too. Okay.
Have my mic on? Thank you. Good morning. My name is Mary Carter Bailey. I'm your Director of Religious Exploration, 60-some-odd-year-old woman with graying hair and bright rainbow bunny ears and a black and colorful flowery dress. So.
We didn't plan this, by the way.
No, I know we obviously were. I said, oh, you got the memo. Today we're going to be celebrating our loved ones. So I'll talk more about that in our story. But I wanted to give you an opportunity if you would like to come up and either place a memento, or I've got some cards over there if you want to write a loved one's name on a card or make a little tissue paper flower to place up here. You can do that at any time during the service. We're going to have another ritual a little bit different later on. But this creative table is not just for young people. It's for all people. So if you need to color or have a little something in your hands, I also have fidgets over there. Please feel free to go and help yourself and enjoy, put something on the table. Okay. Oh, one more thing, very important. Following the service, there will be an egg hunt for our kiddos, and it's going to be in the main garden area right on the other side of the parking lot. And you're welcome to go out there and enjoy the fun. We do not, and there's no circle gathering. Our egg hunts are not competitive. It's not a grab every egg that you possibly can, because the eggs are wooden and they get turned into me, and we've got goodies for folks to take afterwards. So we just want to have fun.
Bring them up now, Mary.
Yeah, you can bring them up at any time. Anytime.
We want to acknowledge that this fellowship resides on unceded Kumeyaay land. We recognize the violent history of colonization in California and honor the continuing presence of the Kumeyaay Nation. Please take a moment to silence your cell phones. Let us quiet our minds and open our hearts. And I will read the chalice lighting. Stacy? We light this chalice, which transforms wax into pure light and warmth, to remind us of our own living, transforming the stuff of this world into the love and activity of our lives. As we remember our departed beloveds, may today bring forth transformation in ourselves from grief, healing, from memories, from memory, wholeness, and from celebration, love. Please rise as you're willing and able for hymn number 61, Lo, the Earth Awakens Again.
No, yet no. Nope, okay. That's fine. We'll come over here today. Our joys and concerns portion of our service give us the opportunity to share the really big parts of our lives, the heavy ones that are too burdensome to carry alone, and the joyful ones that should not be kept to ourselves. Every week, folks are welcome to send joys and concerns to either myself or our worship chair, Stacy Sasaki, via text or email. We also have joys and concerns slips up on the chancel every Sunday, and all are welcome to light a candle, whether we speak them aloud or not. John Sapp and Pam Williams ask for warm thoughts and prayers for John's sister Barbara and husband Richard. In the last few months, both have been diagnosed with inoperable cancers. We hold Barbara and Richard in our hearts, and we hold their families as they traverse this new journey together. Nathalie Holden shares a concern. Nathalie, while she was away, broke a leg and sprained both of her ankles. So we wish her a speedy and pain-free recovery.
I broke a leg once.
Mary Carter Vale shares two joys. The first is that her dog Ginger is doing so much better after last week's rattlesnake bite. I saw a picture of her on her back with her belly exposed, looking very happy. So Ginger is on the mend. Today is also Anya and Isaac's 5th wedding anniversary. Looking forward to a very medieval celebration in a few months. And Eleanor shares a joy that her nephew Peter, who plays cello, was at Coachella playing as a musician for Lady Gaga. Not only that, he's been invited to go on tour with her in Mexico City and Brazil. For each of these joys and concerns, spoken or unspoken, we know that we are held in the tenderest, most loving compassion in this space. May we always feel so loved and cared for. I would like to invite Mary for our Time for All Ages.
Good morning again. All right, my story is on my phone, so read it. So far, we have a theme this month. Who remembers what our theme is this month? Joy. Joy, right? And so far we've talked about the joy of humor and laughter and the joy of music. And today we are going to be exploring how we can practice joy in difficult times. And so this week, our Christian cousins are celebrating Easter, and our Jewish cousins are also celebrating the end of Passover. And both are stories of hardship and joy in the end, the joy of community. So I have a story to share with you about a well-known and widely used saying, rising from the ashes. Has everybody heard that, rising from the ashes? So with that in mind, I want to tell you a special tale. This is called the story the Phoenix told. Once upon a time, long ago, in a land, there lived a magnificent phoenix. Her feathers glowed at the colors of the sun. I love my job. I get to play. Her feathers glowed at the colors of the sun, beautiful shades of gold and crimson and orange, and they were so beautiful that human beings of the land thought she carried pieces of the sunrise on her wings. But she was also known for her wisdom. And it was her wisdom that the people of the land turned to one dreadful year. You see, this year, that was the year that the storm came and swept through the land, leaving destruction in its wake. So full of despair, the people went to the phoenix, asking her for guidance. "Great phoenix," they asked, "what shall we do? How can we find hope when everything feels lost?" And the phoenix responded by telling them a story. This is the story the phoenix told. "Long ago in my very first life, I lived in a land of eternal spring. The days were gentle and the nights were calm, and my feathers were colorful, but not as colorful as they are now. And my strength was impressive, but not as mighty as it is now. And one day, the land was struck by a great fire. Flames consumed everything in their path, including the tree that held my nest. I fought to escape, but the fire was relentless and it consumed me. And in the blaze, I felt the searing pain of being burnt and turned into ash. Yet, as the fire burned, something extraordinary happened. What I thought was my last breath actually filled my lungs with new strength. And with that newly discovered inner strength from the ashes, I began to stir, and slowly I emerged reborn. And as I looked at my feathers, I saw that the fire had not destroyed them, but made their color more vibrant than before. And over the years, this has happened over and over again, with the pain of the fire not destroying me, but leaving me stronger and more beautiful than before. And so, friends, said the phoenix, I ask you this, as you look around at your own destruction, are you sure that it is rubble that you see? And with that, the phoenix's story and questions filled their mind. They looked again at the destruction and the rubble around them, thinking on those words from the wise phoenix. And just as the phoenix had discovered new strength in her ashes, the people noticed a new type of power arising among them as they found strength in sharing their burdens and working together. And just as the phoenix had watched the fire make her feathers even more beautiful, the people slowly noticed a new and more beautiful type of love arise between them as they realized that they didn't need to heal and recover all on their own. The people indeed were stronger and more beautiful and even more joyful than before. I know many of us in the East County, San Diego, have our own fire stories. And it can feel very, very devastating. And one of the things I always remember afterwards is the wildflowers that follow. They bring hope and joy. So, when times are hard and seem hopeless, we need to keep looking, because even though those hard times hurt, a new type of strength and beauty often arises from it. Or to put it another way, if we look hard enough, we can find joy in the most difficult of times. So, in this weeks and days ahead, I want to encourage each of you, young and old, to look for that little spark of joy in trying times. Because these are trying times for many of us. But there is always joy to be found when you look for it. That's my story for you today. And by special request, we're going to do the Unitarian Universalist Children's Body Prayer for all ages. Some of you maybe remember this. And if you all want to join along, you don't have to. I don't like putting children on stage, if they don't want to be. So follow along with these motions. We are Unitarian Universalists, a people of open minds, loving hearts, and helping hands. So, and everybody's staying in the service today, and I want to remind us all that children are not the future of our congregation. They are part of our congregation. They are here now, and their noises are joyful and blessing. It's a blessing to have them here.
Please rise as you are willing and able to sing hymn number 1031 in the teal hymnal, Filled with Loving Kindness.
With we be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be whole.
Please join me in a time of silent prayer, meditation, or reflection as I read words from the Reverend Richard Gilbert entitled The Empty Chair. There is something about an empty chair that reminds us of our ultimate loneliness, evoking memories of those we have loved and lost. No longer will they occupy that chair, however much their image is etched into our memory. Chairs know the comings and goings of people, the assault of young bodies, and the gentler weight of old ones. They know the passing of the years. They absorb all in well-worn wood. There is something in us that doesn't like an empty chair, that wants to be occupied by the ones we love and loved. Its presence haunts us with memories that fade, but do not die. We reach out across empty space, encircling nothing but a memory. Our fingers caress well-known cracks and grooves, as familiar to us as the body that filled them. Our eyes create the image of a former time when loved ones brought a chair to life and endeared it to us. Now there is little to do but sit, supported by the strength of years, occupying beloved space for a time, rejoicing in times gone by, never to return. People, like chairs, are full of memories, memories that sustain our coming in and our going out from this day forward. So may it be, and amen. For those of you for whom today might be your first Easter visit at a Unitarian Universalist congregation, it might look a little bit different than what you might be used to if you have grown up churched or have been in a faith community before. It is Easter Sunday. And what do we normally talk about, at least in the United States, on Easter Sunday? The resurrection of Jesus Christ. That doesn't work for all Unitarian Universalists. And I spent a lot of time this year thinking about what might. One thing that has happened over the years in a number of UU communities is that some folks prefer doing our flower communion. Our flower communion actually comes in a few months, and I wanted to give that and this their own space. So Mary and I spend a lot of time thinking about different ways that we can get all of you in the room and at home a little more engaged with worship, because it can be a little boring sitting in the pews sometimes, I understand. And we want folks to embody spirituality more than just sitting and hearing it from either of us. So if you've been around since I've been here, we do a lot of communions. Today I wanted to focus on not grief, but remembrance. I don't think we do remembrance and grief very well as Americans. It's really hard. It's really hard to be that kind of vulnerable in front of people. It's really hard when we are that kind of vulnerable in front of people and they are not prepared to hold us in that space. As many folks in the room know, what brought me to Unitarian Universalism was grief. And a few months after my late partner passed, I went up to Camp de Benneville Pines with what had become my home congregation. And I remember sitting there one night at dinner, very, very sad. And I remember Reverend Jason looking at me and asking me to tell him something about my late partner. Nobody ever asks me that question. See, not a lot of my friends knew Dan. We weren't together very long before he fell ill and passed, so they didn't really get the opportunity to know him. So in some ways, I was kind of the only person that knew him. So having someone ask me to tell a story about this person who was no longer here to make memories was pretty revolutionary, when at this point, most people saw me start to cry and ran the other direction. I'm kind of a loud crier. Snot everywhere. And I remember Jason saying to me, when you talk about him, I get to learn a little bit about him. And it's not just that I get to learn about him, but I get to know him a little bit. And it's kind of like he's still here, isn't it? What a great way to think about the resurrection. When we get the chance to tell the stories of our lost loved ones, no matter how long they were in our lives, if it was but a brief few hours or many years, that opportunity to share that story that can no longer be changed or told is really important for our connection to each other. I think when we talk about growing community in ways as we're looking at the world feeling like it's on fire, it's these stories about our lost loved ones, that resurrection of their lives through brief introduction. Maybe it's a funny story, maybe it's a painful one, but isn't that life in itself? So today we're going to have a little bit of a chance to tell a teeny tiny bit of those stories. It's 10:36, our services are only 60 minutes long, so I cannot ask you all to tell a deep, abiding story of our beloveds. I wish we could today. But today we're going to take a chance to say their names aloud. Those of you who have been with us all year might recognize the glass vessel in front of you as our water communion water. Our reintroduction to the congregational year is our water communion, where folks bring water from their travels, from their homes, the important places that tell their stories, and they put them together, and I hold on to it all year. Next year, I'll take some of this water and add it to the new water for next year. Mary and I decided we wanted to have a chance to have a physical representation of our community holding that resurrection and that remembrance together. You'll see that there are 2 pedestals with trays on them. We would like to encourage you to take some time, that's why it's a short sermon today, to take some time to find a stone that calls to you. We will have the hand mic out so you have the opportunity to say the name of your beloveds that have gone before. I know it's not quite the same as bringing them back. We don't know if we go anywhere after this life. Those of us who are Christian UUs may believe in heaven. Those of us who are atheists, agnostic, Jewish may not. And there's lots of in between about what happens next. But sometimes when we're together in places like this, we can kind of create a heaven on earth. And it gives us a moment, no matter how brief, to be in this space together with each other and with our beloveds that have gone before us. And in just for a little bit today, we get to create a space where we are in that room together with each other and our lost beloveds, and know that we are all held in loving kindness together. As you are so moved, and this can take as long or as little as we are moved for it to take, I'm going to ask you to take a stone or a shell, and when you are ready, drop it into our communion water. If you are so moved, you are welcome to say your lost beloved's name aloud. As you are so moved. I promise we won't be in total silence in just a moment.
It's not picking up. The light is on, but what channel? No, the handheld. Yeah, but it's not picking up. People are speaking to it, can't hear it. Should be now working. Hold it.
Elizabeth Scheitker-Skull, Rodney Barnett.
Carol Hyman.
Barbara King.
Pierre.
Phil and Val Hosford.
My sister, Rebecca Jane Hand.
Paul. My father, Pierre.
A fellow member, Bob Long.
My son, Caperano Cruz.
My mother, Nancy Sarr. My brother, Jeff Sarr.
Bob and Margaret Weed, also Sunshine Weed.
Dennis Reimer and Rachel Lewine.
Bob and Mary Dryden, Carol and Wendell Rollins.
Pat and Mark Brining.
Speak into the water.
Neil Biggert.
Lee McKeever. Gwenda, and I already forget her last name, though she was a very close friend of mine.
That's okay. That's a contribution.
How beautiful to get to spend a few moments remembering our beloveds and resurrecting them back into this world just for a moment. One of the really wonderful things about the stones that we used, thank you so much, John, is we wanted stones that could withstand being in water, because this is going to stay like this. This is in my office, available to be seen at any time during the year. So we know, even though this ritual has come to a close, we know that as long as we get to say their names, we can still look at their photographs and the memorials that help remind us of them. We still get to live alongside them. I think the beauty of memory, although painful it can be, is that every single time we remember our beloveds that have gone before, they come back to life with us. And as long as we are still able to carry those stories, we carry them through life as well. And for my own part, I truly don't believe we ever really walk alone once we've lost them, because if we're really lucky, we get to carry some of the best parts of them with us in our hearts every single day. So may it be, and amen.
Your Sunday morning offering is a gift that provides Summit UU Fellowship, the financial resources to help build a better world together. The smallest gift is welcome. For those of you on Zoom, the link can be found in the chat box. Please select the Sunday plate option to allocate your donation to the appropriate account.
I'm playing a piece, Nocturno by Grieg, which is in remembrance of my mother, who played this many times. And every time I play it, I remember her. So music really connects us to our loved ones.
Please rise if you are able and willing. For him, no, where are we? Sorry. Yeah. Number 123, Spirit of Life, in the gray hymnal, or on the screen.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Root hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
A grief shared is a grief unburdened. The point of community is to share these moments together. To share the pains means to share the love. There is always an open door, or text message or email or whatever works for you. I want to hold these moments with you. I want to help resurrect these beloveds that have passed before us. With every smile, with every laugh, with every choked tear, it is a moment to remember those who have helped shape us into who we are and those who continue to shape us on our own journeys. The beauty of tears for those who've gone before us is that it is the biggest and utmost sign of the love that we have no place to put any longer. I am overjoyed to hold that love with you, as is this community. Amen, shalom, salam, ashe, namaste, and blessed be. Go now in peace and in light, and let the light within you and the light of your beloveds be a blessing to the world.
So we're going to sing our closing circle song, and then I guess we're excused to go. Yeah, Easter egg hunt or the salon, whichever you prefer. Thank you for joining us today.
Can we take a big deep breath together?
Oops.